Let's say there's a coach listening and they understand the benefits of meditation for their athletes and themselves to improve performance. How can a coach, what are maybe some examples that a coach can implement meditation practice within their team, either in practice and or in games?
It's a great question. And I think that, it speaks to maybe not a guideline, but an addendum to sort of what we're describing in terms of action items, but it's about setting the environment for success. And we don't really have control over our performance environments usually. And so we want to work backwards. And so whether you're a coach or an athlete, you think about the practice environment. Well, if I really want to help an athlete engage in that type of single tasking, right, then I'm going to try and design an environment or design drills or create small area games that are going to allow the athletes to focus on purpose on the task at hand, right, and not have a whole lot of added extra distraction. And recognize that when I'm learning a new task, right, or a new system or some new structure, that it's going to be harder for me to be present because I'm going to do the thing and then pause and go, did I do it right? And then pause and do it. And so that those actually fit better probably for like drills that have a little bit more stoppage to them, right? Or similarly, if you're, I keep coming back to golf because it's just about golf season, right? But like that idea that you can create pauses while you practice to bring yourself back to the present moment. And so I think there's something really powerful about setting the conditions, the physical environment conditions, as well as the internal conditions. And this goes for, right, if you're going to do the mindfulness practice away from the sport as well, right? Like early on, you don't want to be doing it in a crowded locker room. You might want to step away, create a quiet environment so that you can really allow your nervous system to down regulate, right, to downshift so that you can be a little bit more present. And so I think that that would be something that I want to talk to a coach a lot about first. And then one of the beautiful questions they can ask is, hey, where is your attention? Right. So through that last shift, where was your attention? Or when you notice, and coaches are great about picking up on some of the body language for their athletes, right? Is that you could even build in a cue, like an interrupter that the coach could say that allows them to say it. And it's like, all right, we've trained this so that now an athlete recognizes that they were kind of getting a little bit too internal and things were getting tight and you could watch the shoulders creep up and they're probably ruminating about something. And oh, okay, coach noticed and they were able to cut through the momentum of that train of thought. And now that becomes my noticing. And now I can come back to the present moment and then refocus on the task at hand.
Love it. The last way I'd like to suggest coaches to implement a structured meditation practice is during like a warm-up routine or if the team's stretching. So during a team stretch, this is such a great opportunity to remind their athletes to try. Maybe they just carve out a minute and say, hey, for this stretch, we're going to hold it for 30, 60 seconds. Try and feel the sensation of your muscle being stretched and feeling like you're taking this weight off of your body and making it feel better. So that's a really, I think, easy opportunity to implement this practice, as well as it doesn't take any extra time out of your practice or this warm-up routine to implement this. It's just combining this physical element of stretching and then this mental game training of meditating.
Yeah, if your body is going to be here, there's a lot of value to getting your mind here too, as we think about starting to funnel into the performance itself. And I think one more point here is like, for coaches, oftentimes they get caught up, they don't think, but they get caught up in this one size fits all. And so offering their athletes an opportunity to be present, right? So if you're stretching, it might not be all at the same point, right? But to invite your athletes to pick a point during the stretch where they feel like they can come to the present moment, or empower them pre-game that some of them are going to want more stimulation, some of them are going to want less, some of them are going to connect with people around them, some of them are going to just want their own space. But that they can include their mind being where their body is, regardless of what the task at hand is and whatever the environment is. And so I think that's an empowering thing to offer your athletes as well.